Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Andreina and I film random videos about random stuff in my life. If you are new here, make sure you subscribe, turn the bell notifications on, and give this video a thumbs up. If you are a returning subscriber, sorry, you're gonna have to listen to that every video. Like I don't know what to tell you, but thanks for coming back. Today I'm gonna be talking about Project 50. Yes, Project 50. I did it. Oh well, I did a week of it. Let's get into it. So Project 50 is something that I came across online and found it on some random reel. I think it might have been on my Explorer page, but I took a screenshot of it and this is what it composed of. Wow. Guys, I even got into a PhD program and I can't speak English properly. It consisted of, so that's that list you guys see here. I actually wrote it down and adjusted it a little bit to kind of suit my life and what I was gonna be doing. So I was able to complete a week of it, and I felt like doing a week kind of gave me a bit of an idea of my struggles and what I did well with, enough to be able to come here and talk about it. And you know, why not share it with one of the biggest platforms in the world? So my daily goals, like I said, I adjusted them to kind of fit my life, not what the screenshot said and not the video I had seen. So I'll tell you guys my goals. So goal number 1, wake up at anywhere between 6 and 6:45 a.m. Goal 2, have a morning routine that consisted of at least 1 hour of no cell phone. Work out for 1 hour a day, read 10 pages a day, dedicate 1 hour of my day towards a new skill, follow a healthy diet, and lastly, track my progress in a journal, which is what you guys see me with. So this is my journal. I chose to do this because I wanted to give myself a little bit of discipline. Working from home, I feel like my regimen of life has been thrown off. And yes, we've been from home for a while, but I was working in my office in a building in DC for a bit, then kind of back and forth between DC and home, and then finally solid at home, not going into the office at all. So I've had a lot of little adjustments that I've had to do, but finally now that I'm home for good and I'm settled, I want to just be able to kind of like, okay, let's come up with a life routine because enough is enough. And I figured this would be a really good way to start. I did it, like I said, I've done it for a week and I journaled every single day. My daily journal entries varied depending on kind of what I had going on, but my goal was to journal in the morning and at night. I really wanted to see how I felt when I woke up in the morning, and I really wanted to see how I felt at night right before going to bed. And I felt by splitting it up into 2, it would really give me a better idea of kind of what I went through when I looked back at the end of day 50 and seeing if I wanted to do it again. So I'll tell you guys what I struggled with during week 1. So there were 3 struggles for me. 1, figuring out what time I'm gonna wake up in the morning. 2, my eating. And 3, working out. I'll start with what time to wake up in the morning. So I was waking up anywhere between 6 and 6:45, or I'm sorry, that was the goal. Waking up at 6 for me gave me a bit of a struggle because I didn't really have much to do in the morning, right? So the first morning I woke up, I read, and then I kind of was like, okay, so now what? Which threw me off because then I was like, okay, well, this is pointless for me to wake up this early, not to do anything, and then I was sleepy and cranky the rest of the day. Granted, at the end of the day, I felt really good about waking up that early, but I was exhausted. I was really tired. And I learned that that wasn't sustainable for me. So I adjusted my schedule to see kind of what worked better. Now, I'm not saying that's a set in stone thing for me because if one day I want to wake up earlier and go to the gym in the morning as opposed to going to the gym after work, then I'll do that instead. But as of right now, 6:45 is the time to wake up. Have I been doing that? No, one day I woke up at like 7:55. And then slept in on the weekends, whatever. So, secondly, what did I say? It was eating. Is that what I said? No? I don't know what the second one I said was, but it was either eating or working out. So let's go with food. So, trigger warning here. I had an eating disorder growing up. Mostly throughout high school. It was prominent when I was in high school. People that knew me knew how tiny I was. I was joining the military and felt like I had no choice but to be a walking toothpick with hair. Turns out to be that 132 pounds was extremely overweight for the branch I was joining. So there's that. But it is something that you don't just recover from one day to the other. It's something that you actually deal with your whole life. And as a 29-year-old, it's something that I have learned to build a different relationship with food. I love food. Food is amazing, and I am so grateful that I get to eat all the things I get to eat. But there are certain things that go through my head when I'm eating, especially in public, that just are reminders of that little girl at puberty high. So eating for me has just become really weird, not in a bad way, like it's just all over the place and thrown off. So for example, I am a horrible breakfast person, right? I just can't eat breakfast. I don't know what it is. I can't, like my brain, my body just aren't in conjunction in the morning to eat breakfast. So this whole week I really struggled to eat breakfast. And Jasmine is so good at eating breakfast, and she'll be like, hey, let's have breakfast. And I'm like, yeah. And I'll brush it off. And then next thing you know, it's 12 o'clock and I haven't had anything to eat. 1 o'clock, still haven't had anything to eat. And then when it's time to eat, I'm like eating everything in sight because I'm starving. So this week I definitely struggled with that. I don't think I found a balance on eating. Like it just wasn't there. And I said that this week my goal was to eat 3 like meals a day and make sure like I'm snacking in between. Like that is my biggest goal. All the other ones can be pushed to the side, but that is something I want to do. And I'm saying that, and it's 2:20 and I still haven't had lunch. I'm gonna have lunch after I'm done filming them. And then third, it was workout an hour a day. I knew that when I was writing this down, it wasn't gonna be sustainable, but I still wanted to write it down. Because working out 1 hour a day, every day for 50 days for me, I knew it was gonna be exhausting for my body. I'm not an athlete, and I don't know if my body's capable of that. I've never tried working out 50 days in a row, but I worked out 5 days this week. It ranged from 45 minutes to the shortest day was at half an hour, and I'm really proud of that. I'm really proud of that. I felt really good. Every time I was at the gym, I felt really good, which is something that's very rare for me to say, just because still dealing with ish surrounding the gym. But this week, my goal is to extend those workouts to 45 minutes to an hour. I'm gonna definitely do what I've been doing at the gym. I have the Orange Theory app on my phone. I used to go to OTF all the time. So following those workouts have been super helpful. So I'm gonna try and extend it from a half an hour to 45 minutes to an hour and see how I do. Will I go all 7 days this week? Probably not. Realistically, I'm probably gonna go 5 days. Like I'm really excited to go to the gym tonight. So I know I'll probably go 5 days and won't have a hard time with that. Next, so I journaled every day. And every day my journal entries were completely different based on what I had going on. I broke up my journal into 2 different entries. I did morning and night. And like I said, I felt like this would be better for me to capture kind of my overall thought process throughout everything when I sit back on day 51 and look at everything. But day 1 I thought was really interesting because I wrote this in the morning, brain fog, sleepy, had just woken up, and I was just like, I don't want to do this. But I was pushing myself. So my first entry said, if I want different, I have to do different, right? Good morning. It's the first day and I woke up at 6:09, brushed my teeth and grabbed a book. Also, I'm drinking my first glass of water. I'm debating if my morning routine should look a little bit different. Like, should I go to the gym first and then read/relax? Let's try different things till I get the hang of it. For now, let's take over the day. That's all I wrote in the morning. I didn't write anything else. I went, read my book, and kind of just laid on my couch and was like, what do I do now? And then Jasmine woke up, and then we kind of started our day. And I wrapped that day up by saying, Lord, today was long. I woke up too early without a plan, so I adjusted my alarm for tomorrow to do better. And every day I kind of talk about what I did in the morning and what I did at night, and every day was a little bit different. Every day I faced a different challenge, and everything kind of was adjusted. So both of the days where I didn't work out, I felt really awkward and really guilty, and that was something I was trying to avoid. So I am the type of person that if something is on a list, I have to complete it, and I must do it exactly how the list says it. And because it said work out 1 hour a day every day for 50 days, I already felt like I had failed, and I pushed myself to not do what I usually do, which is if I fail at something, quote unquote fail, I give up completely. So I was like, all right, let's just continue. Let's go. And I was really proud when I didn't go to the gym Friday and Saturday, but I went yesterday, which was Sunday. And I pushed myself to go, and I had an amazing workout, and I was like, yeah, I did it. Went food shopping, kind of just like I was on a runner's high would be, because I didn't do running, I did other stuff. But I had that kind of high and just went and took over the day and did everything I needed to do. So I felt like you know, I'm still finding a balance. I definitely, like I said, one of my biggest goals for this week is to just make sure I'm eating and increasing those workouts. One of the other things that wasn't that big of a challenge, but was something that I'm kind of learning how to balance, was the task that you like do. Take an hour. Wow, guys, I don't have a nail on my middle finger, so enjoy that. But what is it? Take an hour to develop a new skill or something. Guys, I could literally read it. Hold on, because I'm like not saying this correct. Dedicate 1 hour towards a new skill. There you go. So that for me has been kind of odd, because like I said, I've been taking time to do YouTube stuff and learn more and editing and all of that, but that 1 hour has been kind of off, because I'm trying to balance also content creating and setting up a schedule, and I'm trying to be fair to myself, like, okay, how much time is enough screen time? Because I also don't want to spend all this time creating content and then go take another hour to go look at more content and all of that. Like, I have to kind of give my brain a break. So I've done some of that, and I haven't done that every day, but I'm 100% okay with that. I'm not definitely being hard on myself for that one. So week one, in my eyes, was a success. I felt really good with what I did, but I definitely think this week I'm gonna kick things up a notch and definitely work a little harder than I did last week, now that I've kind of figured out what works and what doesn't work. I did journal this morning. Today is day 8. It is the first day of week 2, and I put this week's goals. It is to create a social media / content calendar. I did put workout every day, which is unrealistic. Who was I kidding this morning when I wrote this? Take 1 hour for crypto learning. So I made my goal this week to learn a little bit more about cryptocurrency. I know a little bit, not a lot, so I want to learn a little bit more. Then I put eat, girl, eat. Make sure you eat this week. And then spend less time on my cell phone. So I will give you guys an update next week on how I do. But as of now, Project 50 is on. Let's do this. Let's take over the world. And let me know how your goals for 2022 are going. I know we're only 1 week into the year, but why not? Why not? Share them with me. Share what your goals are for the year, and maybe we can keep each other accountable and motivate each other. That's it, guys. That's all I have for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I know sometimes videos like this can be kind of weird, but I figured why not? I feel like the internet people are my friends, and I just want to share what I have going on. If you enjoyed it, give this video a thumbs up. If you have any comments, any suggestions, please put them down below. And lastly, share with your friends. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and see you next time. Adios.